If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.
Welcome, the great, and I use that phrase sometimes, but the great Michael Olesker is with us. Give it up for Michael Olesker. Writing books, talking football, and, I could talk politics and all that stuff with you, but the Colts, Baltimore, that's the book, right?
Sure is.
Give me the lowdown. Where you been? You been hiding? What's going on?
Well, I wrote a couple of books this year. One of them is the one we're going to talk about, the Colts, Baltimore. Story about the 1958 sudden death game, and
that was 10 years before my birth, so I'm going to trust everything you say is
listen, you
absolute
rank
truth
on me here. Wrote a book about local television news as well, called Tonight at 6, and as you know, I was writing for the Examiner, and that went out of business. So
How often were you writing for the Examiner when you were doing it?
4 times a week.
And what happens to your writing? Have you just stopped writing? Did you consider web blogging or vlogging or any of that stuff?
Well, I'm trying to figure out a way to make a living right now.
Well, of course. I mean, and I guess everyone of your generation that still wasn't old enough to retire and get out of it, but kind of that 45 to 65-year-old range right now, all those people that have dedicated their lives to journalism, it's, I say that the rules have changed dramatically for journalism, just my press pass being taken away being the beginning of it, but, I don't know where the ethics and integrity are. And I read David Simon's stuff online, I read his blog, and, all these different reporters, news reporters, sports reporters, now scattering. And I mean, your voice in Baltimore for a generation and a half was one of the greatest voices there was. I just feel like there's got to be a place for you, and you have an audience.
Well,
bringing that audience to you should be easy to do.
Well, we're watching a cultural change right now. I mean, the culture is changing right before our eyes. There is a tremendous shakedown going on. Look what happened just a few weeks ago at the Sun, where 60 people in one day were told, you're out of here. Look, when you and I
But it's a financial issue, though. They just cannot afford to pay them.
When you and I were there, the newsroom had 420 people. Now there's 140. There's a lot of journalists out there who are looking for work and trying to figure out, where in the world do I fit in now? We're all trying to figure that out.
Being a trained writer used to have real value. Now,
it's just finding the venue for the writing.
Sure. Well, the venue is on the internet. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Well, that's where you're going to get read.
That is certainly the tidal wave that is sweeping over everything right now.
Did you see this coming as a reporter or a person?
We saw it coming, but we didn't think it was going to come this fast or this soon. It has astonished everybody with the speed and this torrent that has swept over everything.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, thank God for books for you, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I've written 5 now, 2 in the last year, and I'm starting to try to focus on a new one.
If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.